What's up, people? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Liz Weber. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining me. Today we're doing a full stroller review, comparison, and everything over 5 different strollers. And unfortunately, that means that yes, we do have 5 different strollers sitting in our garage. So we're gonna go through all the pros and cons of them, the price differences, and which ones we would ultimately recommend to friends and family and to you. Now also stay tuned to the end of the video because I will be revealing our #1 recommendation for a stroller. As new parents, my husband and I didn't really know what we were looking for when it came to buying a stroller and like what exactly we would need. But of course, a lot of these strollers do have different purposes. So the ones we're gonna be reviewing today are 2 everyday strollers. We'll be reviewing the Uppababy Vista V2 and the Mockingbird, and both of those are single to double strollers. Then we're gonna be reviewing 2 travel strollers. So we have the Nuna Travel and then the Summer 3D Quick Close. 2 different price points. And then the last one we're gonna be reviewing is the Bob Revolution Flex. So this is a jogging stroller. Let's go ahead and dive in and do a comparison of the Uppababy versus the Mockingbird. So first we're gonna start with the Uppababy Vista. Now this is the most pricey, luxurious but pricey stroller that we own. The one that we have is the V2, and it does come with a bassinet attachment and then 1 seat attachment. This stroller with the bassinet will run you $1,000. Now my mom and I actually split this, so it was her gift to us. We split the cost, so it made it a little bit better. But that's still really expensive. And this was the first stroller that we actually got. And we got it thinking that this would be pretty much like the only stroller we would own. Again, as new parents, we didn't really know that we would even need a travel stroller or want a jogging stroller. So this was what we thought was gonna be like our one stroller that we had. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I know it's pricey, but if it's our one stroller and it's single to double, maybe it'll be worth it. So we do have some footage of our strollers to show you guys like up close exactly like the little details of it if you are in the market, so you can see like what we like about it and then maybe some things that we would even change about it. One of the things I did like about the Vista is that it does come in a lot of different shades, and I really liked the Declan color that we ended up picking. This stroller also has an expanding canopy, so it's already pretty large, but then it also has a zipper where you can expand it even further, which is really nice for like super sunny days. I feel like we actually do use that feature a lot. The front wheels do lock on this one. It's a pretty easy locking mechanism to like press down on the button, and then it also does have the removable seats, and the seats are really easy to move. You just have like 2 little latches on either side. One thing I will say about this stroller is the quality is definitely there. So all the pieces and different components that you're actually using on a day-to-day basis, like taking the stroller seat out, like those little button components, they always move very smoothly. They never get like caught up. You know, like sometimes if you have a button and you really have to press hard to get it to actually do what you want, on the Uppababy, you don't really have to do that. Everything just moves really, really easy. It also has a telescoping handlebar. It's a one-hand movement. You just press the button and move it up. And I have heard from people who have tall spouses that it actually is like a good height for them. Zach is 6 feet tall and he doesn't really have any issues with it, like as far as height goes. But I have heard even if your husband is taller or if you're taller than that, it should be good height-wise. And for me, because I am shorter, I actually have it pushed down instead of expanded out. Like all the other components, the buckles on this stroller are nice. It does have this faux leather handlebar, which again is just kind of an added aesthetic feature, but really nice, and it has held up really well over the last 16 months that we've been using it. There's been no wear and tear on it. One of the things I do love about this stroller is that it does have a large basket underneath that can hold up to 30 pounds of things, which is really nice if I'm out and about. I will even sometimes, when Emmy was younger, I would like take it into Target and just like put all my groceries and stuff that I was getting underneath there before purchasing it. Instead of having a cart, it was just easier to keep her in the stroller, and it did fit a lot of stuff. Now with an adapter, this stroller does accommodate the Nuna Pippa infant car seat. That's the one that we had, and it was super easy to click in and out. And I do believe that there's a lot of other car seats listed on their website that they can accommodate as well. When it comes to folding the stroller, it is very easy, but it is a 2-hand system. So you kind of have to pinch both sides down and then it just easily folds, and it folds so nicely and also slim. You can fold it with or without the seat, which is just another convenient added feature, and it fits in our trunk beautifully. Another thing I really like about this stroller is the braking system on it. It seems kind of silly, like just such a random thing, but it's really nice. There's just a one-touch brake system, and I actually really do prefer the braking system on the Uppababy compared to other strollers, because if it's green, obviously it's not locked, and if it's red, it is locked. It's just really easy to use. Now to get into our final rankings of the Uppababy Vista V2. Drumroll please. For the price on this one, and this is compared to the other strollers that we're going to be talking about today, we are gonna give it a 2 out of 5. I know that's bad, but it is just the most expensive stroller that we're gonna be talking about today, so I feel like the 2 is kind of justifiable. Now for ease of use, I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 out of 5. It is so easy to use. Like I said, all the components always work really well, and every part of it, like even folding it, I feel like would intimidate a new mom, but it's so easy to do that I don't know, I just really appreciate the ease of use of the stroller. So we're gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. And for quality, we're gonna be giving this one a 5 out of 5. I feel like that is also justifiable because even though you are paying that high price, the quality is there, which again, if you are in the market for a higher priced stroller, then I'm here to tell you that I do think it's worth it because of the quality. You can feel the difference between this one and a lot of other strollers. It just feels really nice. It feels luxurious. So even though that price tag is luxurious, at least the quality also matches that. So the overall score for this one is a 3.8 out of 5. I know that that price kind of knocked it down a little bit, but I do feel like that's a fair score compared to the other strollers that we're gonna be talking about today. Moving on to the next stroller. So to compare an everyday stroller, we're gonna be talking about the Mockingbird. So this is the Mockingbird single to double stroller, so it can accommodate 2 seats. Now this stroller we have because we actually worked with Mockingbird back whenever we first got it about a year ago, and we have loved this stroller. So if you haven't heard of the Mockingbird, it is always compared to the Uppababy because it's almost like a dupe for it, if that makes sense. So obviously the Uppababy is $9.99, but that does come with a bassinet, and the Mockingbird is a way lower price at $3.95. Now that does not include the bassinet, it's just for the stroller itself with the 1 seat. Even still, I believe the bassinet attachment for Mockingbird is like $150, so it's still almost about half the price of the Uppababy. And the quality is really, really good on this one. This stroller does have a large canopy, and it also has like a little window too, so you can see your baby in there, which I actually really, really like. You can have the seat facing forward or backwards, and it is really easy to like switch that, to like take the buttons and just press it and take it off and turn it either way. A lot of the features of the Mockingbird are extremely similar to the Vista. However, I do feel like the quality of it, I mean, it's still very high quality, but I feel like the little components, they're more plasticky, and sometimes you do kind of have to like press down a little bit harder. It's not something that's extremely noticeable, especially for the price difference. I feel like it's really not that big of a difference. The seat can recline with a one-handed motion. Press underneath and then it can recline up or down. It also does have a very large basket underneath, which is pretty important when it comes to an everyday stroller because you're going to be having like diaper bags and just random stuff like your stuff if you're out shopping around. Like it's nice to have something to carry all your stuff in. Mockingbird does also have a car seat adapter that can work with a bunch of different car seats. Again, everything will be listed on their website, which I'll link down below, of exactly the car seats that you can use with this adapter. But just like with the Uppababy, it did work with our Nuna infant car seat. And the folding system for the Mockingbird is extremely easy because it is a one-handed folding system. So whereas the Uppababy you had to use 2 hands, for the Mockingbird you actually only have to use 1 in the middle. Now the adjustments on this one look a little bit different than the Uppababy one, but they do still go up and down, and you can adjust it with 2 hands. Now to our overall rating. For the price for this one, we're gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. Now that is compared to the Uppababy because that's the one we have to compare it to, so the price is less than half the price of the Vista. For the ease of use for the Mockingbird, we're going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. It really is so easy to use. It's a great everyday stroller, and it also moves very well. The quality, we're going to give it a 4 out of 5 because the quality differences are definitely there when it comes to this one versus the Vista, but not as noticeable as you would expect for the price difference. So the overall score for the Mockingbird is going to be a 4.3 out of 5. Next category are our travel strollers. So we are going to be comparing the Nuna Travel to the Summer 3D Quick Close. So the Nuna Travel stroller is a high ticket item, especially for a travel stroller. It is $500. And this stroller is truly, I mean, it's great for its purpose. It's not going to feel the same as your other everyday strollers. I mean, comparing it, it feels a little flimsy. It's obviously very lightweight. It's not going to be great on all terrain like the other type of strollers, but it is great for travel, which again is its purpose. So the Nuna Travel, one of the biggest things about this that everybody talks about is the easy one-hand fold. You literally just like press the button and it folds up on its own, and it is so lightweight to carry. It's also really nice because whenever it does fold up, it stands on its own. So that's nice too because it's not falling over. Once you fold it up, it just sits there until you pick it up. So quick story about the stroller and why we have 2 travel strollers. So we got this stroller because we spent a month in New York with our daughter, and she was about 5-6 months whenever we went, and we knew we'd want something that was a little bit more lightweight. So we did take the travel stroller for the first time, and we got it for that trip. And it was amazing until it wasn't. So it was amazing through the airport. It was great. It was comfortable for her. And then we gate checked it and we had it in the bag and everything. We get off the plane, we get our stroller, and the wheels broke. So that was not fun. Delta obviously reimbursed us for it, but the wheels broke, so we were unable to use this travel stroller. As you can see, it looks like the wheel's not broken, but that's just because Zach kind of jerry-rigged it a little bit and fixed it as like a temporary fix. This stroller does have a very large canopy as well, which is really nice. The basket underneath is of course smaller because it is a travel stroller, but it's still nice. Like you can still carry things underneath there. Two other pros for this stroller is that it does fit the Nuna car seat. So if you have the Nuna Pippa car seat that we have, it actually fits right in where the bar is. The car seat can actually just sit on top, which was really nice whenever we took Emmy to New York because she was still in that phase where she was using that car seat. So it was really convenient travel system when it wasn't broken. Now this is something we did not know whenever we first used it, but it actually does fit in the overhead bin on an airplane as well, which I would highly recommend doing if you do have this stroller, just that way it doesn't break like ours did. Another thing I really like about this stroller is that the buckles are actually magnetic and they're really easy to put together. Now for the rating. So for the price, I'm gonna give this one a 3 out of 5 because it is a higher priced item. For ease of use, this is probably the easiest stroller to use ever, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. For the quality of this one, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5, and that is because the wheels on this one broke so easily, whereas we'll talk about the second travel stroller and I feel like the wheels are actually a little bit better quality, so I'm gonna dock it a couple points for that. The overall score of the Nuna travel stroller is going to be a 3.8 out of 5. We're moving on to my number one top selling item I know I've ever sold in my entire life. I talked about this stroller over on TikTok and on Instagram, and you guys went wild for it, and for good reason. It is a $99 travel stroller that compares extremely well to the Nuna travel. Now this one does also have a one-hand collapsible feature, and it does close on its own. It's a little bit clunkier than the Nuna one, kind of like how I was saying with the Mockingbird, that it's a little bit more plasticky, so you kind of have to really push down on it, whereas the Nuna, it was a lot easier to push down, but it's not that different. This stroller does also have a recline feature. I think I forgot to mention that about the Nuna. That one also does, but this one actually reclines even further back, so that way they're laying a little bit farther down. Now our daughter doesn't really nap on the go, but if your child does, this is a great feature for naps on the go. It also has a large adjustable canopy with a peekaboo window, comes with a removable bumper bar, and it does come with a detachable phone holder and cup holder. This stroller has a nice like parent storage pocket, a pretty decent sized basket. I can fit our big diaper bag underneath there, and a 5-point safety harness. We did gate check this one and didn't have any issues with it. I do feel like the actual wheels on this one are a little bit sturdier than even the ones on the Nuna. I also really like it has a little strap that you can put over your shoulder too to carry it. It's just kind of an added little feature that's really convenient. For $99, this stroller is awesome. It is one of the best finds. I literally got this before a trip because our Nuna was broken. I got it like the day before we left for a trip and just went to Walmart and saw it and was like, you know what, let's just try it out. And it just happened to be one of the best strollers we've ever owned. It's amazing. So this one is a really, really good one. And again, at $99, you just can't really beat that. So for the scores of this one, the price on this one is gonna get a 5 out of 5. Again, $99 for a travel stroller is just unheard of and so good, especially for the quality of this one. For the ease of use, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 because it really is truly so incredibly easy to use. And for the quality of this one, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 because everything about it is really high quality, and compared to that price difference, I mean, this is just a no-brainer to me. This is the winning stroller out of the two travel strollers. So the overall score for the Summer 3D Quick Close is gonna be a 4.3 out of 5. I highly, highly, highly recommend if you are in the market for a travel stroller. The last and final stroller is the Bob Revolution Flex 3.0. This is a jogging stroller that I got my husband for Christmas this past year because he loves to run with Emmy, and so I wanted to make sure that he had a really nice jogging stroller to do so, and it's great on all terrain. This stroller has a mountain bike style suspension and air-filled tires, a super smooth ride from any type of terrain, from sidewalks to hiking trails. There's a ton of pockets, which I really appreciate because I feel like I always want to have a place to keep my phone and stuff like that. So it has like little pockets all throughout, even in the back, and it has a large basket underneath. We added on the snack tray to this one because I feel like we end up using this one for walks a lot, and she always likes to have her snacks, and the snack tray has a little cup holder too. This stroller is definitely large, and because the wheels are so large, I was uncertain about how it was going to fit in our trunk, but it actually folds pretty well and really flat, and it has a really easy folding system. It is a two-hand folding system, but it's super simple. I think our favorite thing about this stroller, it's a very smooth ride, and you can tell that our daughter is always super comfortable. Even whenever Zach's running with her, she loves going in the stroller for runs, and it has a really large canopy as well, so whenever he's running with her in the summer and it's super sunny, it's really nice to have that large canopy. It does come with a safety strap for running too. Okay, so I got you the Bob for Christmas.
Yeah,
and
that was a great gift.
Yeah, I mean, you love running with Emmy. I'm not much of a runner, but you like to run with her.
I'm not much of a runner
Yes,
either, but
are.
it is a great stroller for running. One of the big differences between the Bob and the other strollers that we are reviewing in this video is it has air-filled tires, so you will need an air pump in order to keep those full. but that also means that the ride is much, much smoother if you're running, and it's great for all terrain. It's significantly bigger than every other stroller we have. I mean, especially the travel strollers, but that's to be expected. And it's extremely sturdy. The material and build on that stroller in particular is sturdier than every other stroller we've used, but I think it also has to be because it's for running. It's the only 3-wheeled stroller we have, so 2 in the back, 1 in the front, and it locks in the forward position for when you're running. So if anybody's ever run with strollers that maybe aren't meant for running, sometimes it gets those speed wobbles where the wheels will actually start to pivot very quickly. So this helps avoid that. And it even has a way to align that front wheel so that it's straight.
You want to do the rankings?
The Bob?
Yeah.
Coming in at $550, we ranked this 4 out of 5 on price. A couple factors went into this. One, comparing it to other joggers, this is pretty much standard. So it's not like it's significantly overpriced or underpriced, but it's still a lot more expensive than some of the other strollers on our rankings. So we couldn't give it a 5 out of 5. Ease of use, we said 3.5 out of 5. For every application in a world where you might be jogging or running with it, it's 5 out of 5. But if you're trying to travel with the stroller, if you're packing it in an already packed car, it's not
pretty big.
It's not easy to fit. We've had a couple trips where we couldn't bring it just because it was too big. So 3 out of 5 on ease of use. Quality, 5 out of 5. And I think we ranked the Uppababy Vista 5 out of 5.
Yes.
I would even rank this higher if we could.
Really?
Just because when you're running with it, it's a different type of wear and tear on the stroller, and
I wouldn't know.
it's held up. That gives us an overall score of 4.2. Which honestly is surprising to me. I would tell people this is a 5 out of 5 stroller, but I think that we did a good job being harsh in the places where we should have been harsh on the ranking.
Yeah. Now, as promised, for the #1 recommendation for these strollers, out of all 5, I would recommend the Mockingbird stroller. I feel like for the price, for the quality, and for the everyday use, this one is just top notch. It's the one that I recommend to friends, to family, to people who are trying to figure out what stroller to put on their registry. I always say the Mockingbird single to double stroller. All right, I think that wraps up our review of our 5 strollers. I hope this was helpful for you guys if you're in the market. Again, if you have any questions, please comment them down below. And if you like this type of content, definitely be sure to follow along over on my Instagram and TikTok at Liz Weber for both. And I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.